So let's start off with question number 8. Whether the reign of a French monarch such as Hugh Capet or Henry I was historically consequential or relatively uneventful, its trajectory was shaped by questions of legitimacy and therefore cannot be understood without a corollary understanding of the factors that allowed the monarch to blank his right to hold the throne. Which choice completes the text with the most logical and precise word or phrase? A. Reciprocate, B. Annotate, B. Buttress, or D. Disengage. So what is happening is that Hugh Capet or Henry I, so historically consequential or relatively uneventful, but it was shaped by questions of legitimacy. That means always they were questioning whether it was legitimate for Hugh Capet or Henry I. So what should we choose? Choice C, buttress, is the best answer because it most logically completes the text discussion of the legitimacy of the reigns of French monarchs such as Hugh Capet and Henry I. As used in this context, buttress means to strengthen or defend. S-T-R-E-N, strengthen or defend. Because they were always questioned about whether it's legitimate or not, they had to always defend it. Okay, therefore cannot be understood without a corollary understanding of the factors that allowed the monarch to defend or buttress his right to hold the throne. So the text choice is the best answer because the text indicates that regardless of whether a French monarch's reign was significant or uneventful, each monarch faced questions about his right to the throne. The text goes on to say that in order to understand the path of a French monarch's reign, it's important to understand what contributed to the monarch's ability to hold the throne. So this context suggests that French monarchs such as Hugh Capet and Henry I had to buttress or defend their right to be a monarch. No matter what, they had to defend themselves because they were always questioned about legitimacy. And therefore, A is incorrect, which just says reciprocate. Saying that a monarch who faced with questions about the legitimacy of his reign was able to reciprocate his right to the French throne would mean that either he returned his right to the throne or that he responded in kind to the challenge. Neither of these meanings would make sense in this context because the text focuses on people who did reign. So they did reign successfully and they were on the throne by defending themselves. So who did reign as French monarchs and defended their right to do so. And annotate, this is incorrect because it wouldn't make sense in this context to discuss factors that enabled a monarch to annotate or add notes. Annotate, as you know, is adding notes. Nothing in the text suggests that the monarchs were writing notes about their right to the throne. Instead, faced with questions about the legitimacy of their reign, the monarchs defended their right. Okay. Same way, choice D, disengage, is incorrect because it wouldn't make sense in context to discuss factors that enabled a monarch to disengage or withdraw his right to the French throne. The text focuses on an examination of people who reigned as French monarchs, not on people who didn't choose to rule. Okay, so here buttress, they defended their right to rule even though they were always questioned about legitimacy. So that's the best answer.